I committed in 1974 to walk with the Lord. I'm still walking with him. And I'm still, thank God that he's still got in my life. And that he can use me to glorify and honor him and encourage others as I was encouraged. So I look back at my life, he always sent people into my life, so that's what I try to do every day. So I adopted Paul's prayer. I pray every day that I meet someone that I may share Jesus or be of encouragement to every day. And every day I almost happen to meet someone. It might be hi, or how you doing, how the kids doing, you know, are you all right? Or something. I'll meet someone that I can share it with. So I want to leave you with that. That's who I am. My prayer today was the more I speak, the more you wouldn't see me, but the more you see Jesus Christ. And that was my prayer today coming over here. And if you don't know how to have a relationship with him, for God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten son. Who shall believe and shall have everlasting life. You can invite him into your life. If you sense that God is tugging on your heart, you can pray that prayer, and God will come into your life like he did me. He changed my life. He changed my attitude. And you know, I wanted to be all pro. He made me wait for 3 years before I started. And never had an inkling that I would be in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. He made me wait 28 years. But thank God for God. I want to be on it because I'm guided by God. And he makes it right. Whether it's centennial, the 100-year anniversary of the NFL, what greater year to come into the Pro Football Hall of Fame? He makes it right. And I promised him that I will share and encourage other people and use my platform to encourage and help other people. So that's my story. Okay. Yep. Yes, I think we go open up for questions now. And he said, please repeat the question. I need to read it.
Well, yeah, just so it gets recorded.
Okay. He said, please repeat the question. Yes, sir.
When you were inducted in the Hall of Fame at 28 years, what did you feel at 27 years?
I don't even feel that.
No.
It was tough at the beginning because I saw you know why it was tough? Because I wanted to be with my peers. I wanted to be with Franklin. I wanted to be with John Starwood, who we played against each other in college. And I've been knowing those guys for over 40 years. I wanted to be with my peers. It was tough. I've never been separated. We always went to Super Bowl. We always went to Pro Bowls together. We always won together. And I wanted to be with them. But, you know, I just had to give it up. I said, Lord, as I look back on my life, I had no complaints. I'm undrafted free agent, making Pittsburgh Steelers, being a 4-time Super Bowl champion, making all pro 5 times consecutive. How can you complain about that? I had no complaints. I wanted to complain, but I had no complaints. I don't have any complaints, Lord. I said, well, if you want me in the Hall of Fame, open the doors and teach me how to wait on you. That's why I learned through the process. I learned how to wait on God. And it was a tough process, but a good process. Because I know when God has something for you, nobody can stop it. Nobody can stop it. Questions? Yes, sir.
What do you attribute so many interceptions? How did you do it?
The John Sorrow, he'll tell you a story about how those interceptions hit me in my face mask and I couldn't catch. So athletes have talent and some are gifted, like Rod Woodson used to play with the Steelers. I mean, he can fall down and get up and knock the ball down. He got around the outcut. He'd get up and knock the ball down. But for me, I had to work on my talent and develop it. I couldn't catch a cold when I got to Pittsburgh. So I got together and I saw two all-pro receivers. So I started working with Stall and Swan in practice, learning how to catch the ball. So I worked on my craft and learned how to catch the ball. And they taught me a lot of different things about catching the ball, keeping your feet in bounds. I wanted to keep my feet in bounds. He said, no, you drop the ball. He said, you have to keep your eyes on the ball. So those gentlemen taught me how to catch the ball. Question? Yes, sir.
Do you have a good story about the Browns rivalry back then? More than a couple stories.
No, they were intense, man. I was in Newsom. Oh man, I mean, Lambert said I used to have nightmares in my preparation before I came over here and played. But it was intense. It was intense. It was a good rivalry. I enjoyed it. And we had a guy by the name of Byron Cole was our announcer over there, and I was a rookie. You know anything about that? See the Brown. It's the rivalry. I said, what are you talking about, Byron? Oh, the Brown is. I said, what do you? You have to be ready. But it was truly a rivalry. We enjoyed it. It was a tough place to play, man. When we came over here, it's a tough place to play. You have to be mentally ready and have your mind ready during the week.
Did you take a bus up the day before?
We always bust up. Yep, we always bust up. It was some great rivalries. I remember too, I have a good memory up here. It's been a rough crowd. It's throwing stuff at us and harassing us. But I do remember getting 3 interceptions off Brian Syke. Yes, sir. Running back to tackle. Toughest running back I had to tackle. Oh, Thurl Campbell, man. Oh yeah, I'll tell you a quick story about that. So I met Earl in the Pro Bowl and became good friends with him, and we were going down and play Houston. So he came over to the locker room and talked to me. Mel was getting dressed. Mel Blunt was getting dressed behind us. And Earl was conversing and talking. So Mel kept. I said, Mel, we was talking in the locker. I said, what were you looking at? He said, I was trying to find a soft spot to hit in there. Man, this guy, he was tough. He was tough to get down. And Pete Johnson from Cincinnati, tough guy too. Questions? You keep my time, so we got good.
You've mentioned your high school and college coach, but you got to play with one of the greatest coaches in the NFL with Coach Knoll, and also one of the dynasty ownership groups of the Rooneys. Do they have any influence on you?
Oh, without question. That's why I came up with the title of my speech today: Faith, Family, and Football from the Steelers. That's what they believed in. And Coach Knoll, he was a great coach. He was another influence in my life. I remember when I was in grad school, after I finished, he said, I heard you. He walked into me in practice one day and said, I heard you finished grad school. He said, there's more to life than football. You got to get prepared for life after sports. So Chuck taught us about life and life after sports and preparing us for life after sports. Great coach, great man. Yes, sir.
I'd like to hear some stories about Terry Bradshaw.
What you see on TV is just who he is. I remember I got over to the Pro Football Hall, got inducted, and this guy from Fox was asking about him. I said he was the who then, he's the who now. But I'll tell you, there's good.
Each year when someone gets inducted, they always talk about players, guys they played with that should be in the Hall of Fame. Is there some other Steelers that you think that should be inducted?
There might be a few. L.C. Greenwood, the Gold Shoes, Hines Ward. I think James Harrison is up. Those guys, LC, he deserves to be in. I mean, he doesn't get the credit he deserves. I mean, they weren't recording sacks back then. But something you don't know about LC. LC played the run just as good as he was a pass rusher, but he always got credit because people see him on second. But because he was on that left side, it was Ham, Russell, and me on that side. But he played the run just as good as being a pass rusher. but he needs to be in here. Yes, sir.
How about Jack Lambert?
You mean Mean Jack with no teeth?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, he was a tough guy, man. Tough, quiet, unassuming in the locker room, but man, you get him on the football field. And he was great for us. I don't think anybody, I thought I was an intense guy, but I don't think anybody could match his intensity during the week in the games. And that set the tone for us. Set the tone for us in practice, set the tone for us in the game. He would not let us give better than 100%, less than 100%. It's a good ball player.
What keeps you busy today,
I'm running my Donnie Scholarship Foundation. We started that about 6 years ago. I'm on the board of trustees at South Carolina State University, and I saw the need for historical Black colleges and young people. Their parents cannot afford to pay for the college tuition, so we give gap scholarships. We help with books, we help with computers, we help with internships. We have a care closet at South Carolina State, and we give money to that, so they can go in there and get food, get different things that they need. So that's what we're doing, and my goal is to endow the scholarship. So you can go to the Donnie Scholarship Foundation.com. If you want to make a donation, that would help with the books, that'll help with internships, and help with paying fees for these young people. They're talented young people, but they just don't have the financial means to go to pay for their own college tuition and the other needs about computers and books and different things of that nature. Yes, sir.
You're still good. You got about 7 minutes until it's 12:19.
He's my guy.
What was your thoughts? I guess you was on the sidelines in the Turkey Jones game. Turkey slammed Bradshaw on his head. What did you guys think?
Yeah, I wanted to come after him, but I got thrown out the game. But we thought it was kind of a dirty play, But football, man, things happen. It's just the way it is. But unfortunately, he wasn't totally harmed from that. But it came pretty close. Here and then back here.
Did Franco make the catch or did?
Matter of fact, they have an anniversary in 23rd, 24th, back before Christmas. I asked Richard Fuco that same question. He said, I shall not tell. He made the catch. Yes, sir.
As Browns fan, I used to love to watch you guys play Raiders. I used to enjoy y'all beat the crap out of each other. I wonder, my question is, how did your spirituality allow you, how did it get you physicality that you played?
I believe God gives you gifts and talents in different areas of your life, and He wants to use them to the maximum of your ability. If you don't, then you're doing a disservice to them. So I was just a physical player. I didn't do anything dirty. I just played within the rules. Just happened to be a physical player, and from like the gentleman said by Coach Nola taught us how to hit. He said you don't hit with your arms, you hit with your legs, and you hit with your head up. Because your legs is the most powerful weapon that you have in your body. So we developed our muscles and stuff, and we did it the proper way, but we just happen to be a physical bunch. And if you don't believe it, I might have to come out of retirement. No, I'm just kidding. Anybody else? Back here.
Your good teammate, Mean Joe Green, who designated that nickname for him, or what kind of teammate?
I'm not sure who did that. He might have got it in the Philadelphia game when he gave the guy the uppercut and got thrown out of the game. So I don't know the history of that. I heard Mean Joe Green when I got up there. And you said, what's the second part?
What kind of teammate was he?
He was a heck of a teammate. Joe was a very intelligent man. He was a thinker, and I didn't know that, man. He was a physical guy, but he was smart, intelligent. He knew he had to feel for the team. Coach No never had to do a whole lot because when things got out of hand, Joe found out about it, and he would go and fuse them before he got to Chuck. And also through his play on the football field. You know, when I got up there, I said, man, Joe Green, man, he ain't that tough. So we were playing the Cleveland Browns. And Joe started to rush the passer, he couldn't get there. So he dropped back and he dropped back like it's a zone blitz in the linebacker position. He intercepted the ball, ran the ball down the field for 20 yards. And he couldn't get there, so he allowed it back to JT Thomas, and JT ran for a touchdown. You know what I said then? I believe in me, Joe. Yes, sir.
Ask you, Joe Brady also. He was in one of the greatest commercials I ever saw. Was he well compensated for that commercial?
Probably were for that during the time that it was made, but I don't particularly know. I'm probably sure they paid it.
Last question.
Last one.
Who came up with the name of Steel Curtain?
I don't know that either. But anybody know?
Myron Cope.
My Coke came up with it? Oh, no, I don't know. But I tell you, they have a Hall of Honor museum, and they just opened it. I think in November, the 1st of November. I'm trying to take my family back up there, and if you go through it, you can read about the different. They got tons of history in there. So if you're ever over there, I encourage you to go by and see it. So thank you very much for having me.
You got your Wawa on.
Yeah, man, I had to cut this thing out, and they were kind of crossing each other.
Be darned. I thought you had a foot pedal like on your guitar.
We killed it.
Yeah.
Got her under control.
You were rocking it. Take care.
Yeah.